Hello everyone, Rudolph Vomit here, and I'm posting a video a little early today, and that's because, well, I want to have a quick or early funeral for a friend, the almighty Waffle Traktor, off E100. I know this tank is going to go soon, well not soon, but eventually, and it will be replaced by the Grille 15, which actually isn't a bad tank, but I would definitely prefer this thing. And I'm being optimistic and hoping that I'll get it as a tier 10 premium. Let the Aufklarungs Panther happen to that vehicle. But, well, it's doubtable. Anyways, we're having an early funeral for our friend the Waffle because of its almightiness and overpoweredness in the game. Now, I know the FV4202 is also going to be replaced, but I'm not going to have a funeral for that machine because 1, I don't have it. 2, I don't know a whole lot about the Centurion Action 10. 3, I don't know a whole lot about the FV4202. So in conclusion, it wouldn't be a very thoughtful funeral. Like my Waffle here, which I have loved and cherished for years. 1 or 2 at least. And the reason I cherish this tank so much is because it's just so damn overpowered. Like, with this, 12cm gun, I think? You have 6 shots that average around 500 damage. Meaning you can do a total of 3,000 plus damage if you roll average or higher. And the other reason I love this tank is because it's the most accurate tank in the game. With .28 or .25 accuracy. I think it's .28 accuracy on the 12cm gun. Now, there is also a 15cm gun, which is basically the gun you'd get on the E100, but it is for auto-loading shells. The reason I choose this gun over that one is because, well, you're a tank destroyer. You're known for ridiculous amounts of damage and ridiculous amounts of penetration, and that gun just does not have the same penetration as this gun. This gun is around 276 penetration. That gun has around 235 with its standard rounds, like an E100. So you'd have to get up close and personal if you were going to hit and penetrate tanks, because that gun just also didn't have the accuracy this gun has. I say as I miss a perfect shot on the Conqueror's lower plate. And you don't want to get up close and personal with this tank, because your turret armor is at the most 20mm thick. And look at it. It's huge. Like, it's hard to miss that big of a target. So, you want to be insanely accurate, insanely stealthy, bleh. And you want to just pick your targets apart with your insane death cannon. Now, not much action happens at the beginning of this replay, but it does pick up a little bit. And the worst thing you can see in a Waffle Traktor off E100 is the artillery, and that was a pretty bad shot right there. Because an enemy artillery will see you on the enemy team and just pulverize you and target you, because 1, you have a giant massive turret that is penetrated by tier 1s, and 2, you have a giant hit pool, bigger hit pool than some tier 10 heavies. Cough cough IS-7. You have 2,200 hit points in this thing, and unlike on PC, and that shot should have hit at least one of them, unlike on PC, this tank isn't that nerfed. You still have that 6th shell, and you still have a lot of health. So I go for the reload here, because I feel, well, one shot, what's that gonna do when an STI sits around the corner? Or a T-57 Heavy sits around the corner. So I go back here, and thank God there's no artillery in this match. Also, I forgot to mention, it's the Waffle Traktor off E100. It's not entirely a glass cannon. The hull armor is actually pretty decent, because it has the off E100, meaning it has the E100 hull. However, it doesn't have the spaced side skirts that E100 has, but why does that matter when your sides are like 150mm thick, and the front of your tank is just, well, hull-wise, is just a nightmare. Because not only is the lower plate very bounceable when angled, the upper plate is practically impenetrable. So if you are stupid enough to shoot at the front of this thing's, you will definitely bounce. Also, with the E100's hull, you can ram because it is the same weight, and without that giant E100 turret weighing you down, you can pick up some speed in this thing. Downhill, you can almost hit a 45 kilometer. Like so. And when you ram someone in an 150-ton tank, they're not going to feel so happy. So, if you're ever out of OP shells, and you feel the need to just sit on someone, well, you got the weight, you've got the speed. And the traverse speed isn't all too bad on this tank either. I think it's like 36 degrees a second? I could be way off, I'm not sure at all. And this object in 40 is giving me problems, so I decide to get behind this hill. He doesn't know I only have 2 shells left. So for all he knows, I could be fully loaded and ready to just maul him. And this IS-8 was giving me problems earlier, so I'm just gonna rip him apart, and unfortunately that one into his track. But it doesn't matter, because, well, I got another shell. So far this battle hasn't been anything you guys have been really appealed to. And overall, this replay isn't anything special, but I just want to highlight something, and I'll get to that once this is over. But, I mean, I've briefed the basics on the Waffle. Oh, I also forgot to mention the camo value is ridiculous. It's like 3rd best in the game. Probably. The Rheinmetall Borsig's camouflage and the Hellcat's camouflage is unbeatable. But hey, this one's isn't that bad. The only thing holding you back is the E100 hull. Now the reload on the clip is of the 12cm is pretty bad. It's close to a minute. 5 seconds short of a minute. But in between shells, you've only got 2 seconds. And when your aim time is 1.5 seconds, why does that even matter? 1.5 seconds. There's the weight. I just pushed that IS-8 out of the way. That poor dead IS-8. But you can aim the shells and there's the impact. And that was a terrible shot. Just as fast as you can shoot them. Which is why this tank is a sniper. Because it has a quick aim time, a quick load time between shells on the 12cm. And that was also a terrible shot. Terrible, terrible shot. And it has ridiculous accuracy. So, the Grille 15 is going to be a lot better accuracy-wise than this tank, which is kind of unbelievable. The DPM on the Grille 15 is also going to be impressive. But the Grille 15, there's a huge difference separating good tanks from OP tanks. And good tanks, and I literally just saved myself there, saw my life flash before my eyes as a Death Star pulled around the corner. But anyways, the difference between an OP tank and a good tank is that a good tank is a good tank. But an OP tank is just a fun tank. You just have so much fun playing OP tanks, cause yeah, I know, I sound like a scumbag. That's why I made the video I did a couple days ago. But anyways, to play an OP tank is just a cakewalk. It's so fun. You can't lose with an OP tank. Well, unless you're an idiot playing an OP tank. Because any tank is bad with a noob in it. But if you're gonna grind tier 10 and be that stupid, that's your own problem. But OP tanks are just, they're so much fun. They're hate mail farmers, they're damage farmers, they're just fun farmers. You just have such a good time in your OP tanks. In your good tanks, yeah, you can play smart, you can play smooth, and you'll get a good game. But in an OP tank, you will just get a hilarious outcome. And there's a speed on the Waffle. It's not that bad. It's actually pretty quick. This Object 268, though, is a lot quicker, so he's probably going to beat me to this motherland kill. Or is he? Or is the other tank going to get the kill? Who knows? And bam! there's the accuracy and aim time I was talking about. It just works so well together. And boom, the shell is already reloaded before I can even speak. Now remember, we're only talking about the 12 centimeter here. I'm not even going to start to talk about the 15 centimeter because I barely even use it. Because I just don't enjoy it as much as I do on this tank. And that battle, yeah, you didn't see me do jacked shit. But hey, I still got a high caliber for not doing anything. And this is what you can do on Insk in a Waffle. And I feel like all my high tier tank destroyers always get an Insk replay. My Death Star got one. And the IS-4 squeezed through there, and my giant German is having a little bit of struggle. And I'm not even gonna reload before I get to my spot here. So I'm just gonna wait for the ambush. And yes, it's the same spot I went to on my Death Star. And yes, there is an enemy artillery, but who cares? It's a city map. You shouldn't even worry about artillery. City map. I mean, unless they come shotgunning. But it's you or them if they come shotgunning. And this IS-7, I saw the Death Star and I freaked out, but then I looked at the minimap and I realized this poor IS-7 is unaccompanied. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. And oh, I realized I rode really low there. Try to get another one into him, but it didn't go through. So that IS-7 is lucky to be alive. And that IS-7 is a really low hit pool. So if that last shell had rolled average or higher, I would have killed him and had 2 shells left over. But, well, let's just say he's lucky but unlucky. I'm waiting for another idiot to just roll around the corner after I'm reloaded. Of course, after I'm reloaded, because the reload time is just absolutely horrible. And I see there's an Object 140 over there who it looks like he's poking out. So after I'm reloaded, I'm gonna go see if I can pick him apart. Almost there. Oh man, I'm so excited. Like when you're about to reload in this thing, you just get so excited. It's just like a rush of energy. Well, he was right there. Oh, there he is. Fortunately, that shot goes into his track, but why does it matter? Probably kill him with 1 shell left over, and you're not getting away, buddy. Oh, 2 shells left over. But someone did help me out with that kill. But hey, I've racked up a decent amount of damage, and the battle's not even halfway over. I've still got 2 shots left. So what am I going to do with it? And you can see me driving around backwards in this thing, and that's because this tank is rear mounted. Why make an effort driving forwards when you have to expose most of your hull, and they get a shot at your turret? And your turret is not going to bounce anything. So why even bother? And also when you're driving backwards and uh-oh, there's an enemy Waffle, and boom, that shot went in. And it looks like he doesn't realize I'm reloading. But anyways, when you're driving around backwards in this thing, it's just so much easier to pull out. Yeah, to pull out and drive forwards with the acceleration, power to weight ratio, and the top speed limit of this tank. It's just so much easier to make those sneaky little getaways, pop shots, and all that. And I do see that there are tanks on the base. No, I'm not blind, but I feel that our 3 tanks back there can handle them. Because I know that, well, they're going to be motherlands on the base. And at tier 10, those things are just slim pickings. It's just food. And yep, you see me turning around to poke my turret around backwards here, and there's the other Waffle. So I want to make sure he's not pointing his gun at me, and he isn't. But he does proxy spot me. However, he doesn't turn his gun around to shoot at me, which would have been the smarter option here. But it doesn't matter, because right as I pull around the corner, he dies. And there's a Death Star, which I really don't want to have a dance with, but it looks like I'm going to end up doing it anyway. Now I'm fully loaded. And I see my life flash before my eyes again. I bounce, and I freak out, but it doesn't matter, because someone else finishes him off. My heart was pounding right there. That was a Death Star. And I say that as I hunt down a Jagdpanzer V100, but a Jagdpanzer V100 will be able to kill me in one shot like a Death Star will. The Jagdpanzer E100 will not be able to roll that high. And unlike a Jagdpanzer E100, the Waffle Traktor off E100 has a turret, so I'm gonna go flank him, but oh, there's the arty, and he just fired. Take my time. Oop. He's dead. Could have shotgunned me, but the idiot fired or something. And oh, I see my life flash before my eyes again. I just get out of the way. But I feel, well, he can't kill me in one shot and he's the last one standing, so screw it, I'm gonna take the hit. I do take the hit and he jams my turret, but it doesn't matter because he puts his superstructure in my face. And that ram might have killed me. But it doesn't matter because he's dead. So again, another basically effortless game. You can still do a crap ton of damage. And this is the last replay I want to show you. This replay doesn't focus on how much of a victor you can be, but it focuses on how much of a loser you can be. And yes, you can lose in the Waffle. It is possible. With a crappy enough team. Fortunately enough, it is Prokhorovka, and there is no artillery. So, my game can't be ruined that quickly. But it can be ruined. So I can sit whenever, for however long I want. So I choose to go to the top of the hill. I first thought about sitting right there, but where does that ever get anyone? Nowhere. So, I go up top. Of course, I could always look at my minimap. I don't have to pull it up all the way, but, well, it's a habit of mine. I was so used to the little northeast southwest circle that I got before you could activate the whole minimap. Still, I'm blind as a bat, so sometimes I even have to open it up just to see where everyone's going. And it looks like I am the first one to start climbing the hill, so again, this tank isn't that slow for having an E100 hull. And this tank does have very, very poor gun elevation and depression. I think the depression is only 5 degrees. This Speerpanzer 1C is making a big mistake. But I'm not going to roll over the hill and kill him, because I'm going to get spotted by him, and who knows what's sitting out there waiting to shoot me. There's that IS-7, and that is a very dodgy shot. I don't want to really lead that shot, because there's a building right there, and I'd probably just hit the building. But with the Waffle Traktor's accuracy, you can pull off really dodgy shots, like that one. I don't fire the second one because I knew he was just going to sit behind the building. And I think about that one, but then I realize, well, even if that does hit, there's no guarantee it's going to go in. That one hit, but it didn't kill me. And shooting into IS-7's turret is a total waste of time, even though they nerfed it in the last update. It's still made out of Superman's skin. It's just nothing's going to go through that. So, if I want you guys to get anything out of this video, it's just to remember the Waffle. Remember our dear friend the Waffle. Not only is he going to be a legend, he will be a legend. He's going to be a fairy tale. He's going to be what you tell, kind of the stories you tell your kids who hopefully play this game. And that Motherland is a total idiot. And, yep, there's the gun depression. I gotta drive all the way down here. And still I can't get a shot on him. So I have to roll over this hill just to get a shot on this Motherland. Which was totally worth it, because those things are everywhere and they're just slim pickings. That was probably the worst shot. And, yep, he missed my turret. Which is kind of unfortunate. And that shot also hit the front of Superman's skin. Thanks to my repairs and my decent camouflage, I can get out of here. And he misses that blind fire. So now we're backing up the hill, which is a bit slower. But it's not that slow as if I were in a regular E100, or a Geschutzwagen E100, or a Jagdpanzer E100. Because it's a Waffle Traktor E100. I hope you guys will remember it as much as I can. And will. I was going to shoot that T-44, but hey, I'm reloading. Oh, that would have been so juicy. And all those guys literally just missed him, which is kind of pathetic. Look like a total idiot poking off the cliff like this. Look at that. You look so stupid when you're back mounted like that. But hey, it's the most efficient, best way to play the Waffle, so you gotta do it. And our team numbers are fading. I realize most of these guys are up here, so why do I even need to be right here? So I'm gonna reposition. Knocking down a tree isn't the best thing to do when you're repositioning. But who cares? And I do get spotted by this T-44, who I wanted to shoot at earlier, who has stupidly made his way next to our base. And if I were the guys over in the, what do you call it, forest right now, I would have turned my gun and shot at him. Fortunately, bleh, enough for me, I'm going to get him all to myself. And there he is, and he's the one spotting me. Auto-aim that shot, because I'm a noob. And as soon as he's dead, I drop off the radar. Because of all this bushwork. And someone just missed me. I think 2 people just missed me. It's been the I-7 and someone else. So I think I'm just going to sit up here. And hey, the gun depression doesn't let you down right there. You can look all the way over the train tracks. But I do see there are some tanks coming through the forest. In my view range, I am hoping to be able to see 1 or 2 of them as they come over. And that 268 is just in a really bad spot at the wrong time. And poor guy, I feel bad for him, but oh, there's no getting out of that. Wish I could have done something. I probably could have, but I would have just been killed. So I get spotted, and I see this AC-48 is about to get murdered. And he does get murdered, so I get out of there, because I don't want to get blown away like that 268 and that 48. And that same person, or someone else, just missed me again. So I'm just going to sit behind this hill, scrub, and wait for scrubs to come over the hill. Scrubbity-dub in a tub. Can't lose. And I'm seeing all these tanks and like, oh, so juicy, but then I realize they're behind the train tracks. Whoever was shooting at me over there has stopped shooting at me for some odd reason. And this I-7 is about to light me up. And I'm not going to shoot a Superman skin, because that's a ridiculous idea. I feel I should go over here for extra protection from the hill, but I'm like, well, we're all gonna die anyway, what's the point? So again, I just want to repeat myself. I just can't stress enough that you guys should always remember the Waffle Traktor off U100. How great her legacy was. When you're driving a Grille 15, always remember your roots. Remember where you came from. And that was this beautiful machine.